Ladies and gentlemen, you've been told to chase money, hustle, run after it like it's the prize, but what if you flipped the script? What if you walked into every room like money was trying to catch up to you? You don't beg, you become. You don't chase, you attract energy, belief, discipline. That's what draws opportunity. Think like money's looking for you. Show up like you're already valuable because you are. Stop waiting, move, decide, and act like success is inevitable because it is. You've spent too much of your life chasing attention, chasing validation, chasing opportunities, chasing relationships, jobs, people, dreams, love, success, hell, even chasing rest, like it's something out of reach instead of your birthright. And you wonder why you're exhausted, why it feels like you're pushing a boulder uphill every damn day. You wake up with that weight on your chest because chasing forces you to operate from lack. It whispers, asterisk, I don't have it yet. I'm not enough yet. I'll be okay when. Asterisk, that's the lie we're fed. We're told to hustle, grind, push, chase. Chase harder, run faster, smile more, work more, be more. It's never enough, is it, that chasing energy is built on fear. Fear of not being chosen, fear of missing out, fear of not being seen, of not being valuable. And every time you chase, you're reinforcing that belief deep in your subconscious, that you have to earn your worth, that you need to prove something. You don't, you never did. But this world taught you early on that love, praise, opportunity, those are things you need to work for, that they're scarce, that you're lucky to be picked, that people, jobs, love, they hold the power, so you chase. You chase people who ghost you. You chase bosses who don't see your worth. You chase after people who breadcrumb you, after goals you don't even want anymore, after standards that aren't even yours. But here's the truth no one told you. The moment you stop chasing and start owning your energy, everything shifts. You become magnetic when you stop grasping. When you sit in your power instead of scrambling for someone else's approval. The people who matter feel that. The right opportunities find you. You stop begging and start choosing. It's a total energy reversal. And no, this isn't some cute Instagram quote or a fantasy. It's actual rewiring. It's choosing to trust that you are the asset, that your value doesn't spike when someone claps for you or fall when someone rejects you. When you stop chasing, you're saying, I'm not desperate. I don't need to convince anyone. I know who I am. It's not about doing less. It's about doing differently. Chasing is exhausting because it pulls you out of alignment. It makes you perform. It makes you hustle for love, for attention, for acknowledgement. Attracting, on the other hand, is grounded. It's quiet, it's powerful, it's unapologetic. You stop over-explaining. You stop texting first just to be noticed. You stop bending over backwards to get people to like you. You stop fawning, placating, pleasing. You sit still and you let things flow in or fall away. And the things that fall away, let them. If it leaves when you stop chasing it, it was never aligned. If it disappears when you stop proving yourself, it wasn't right for you in the first place. You become magnetic by being fully you. Not the version of you that's palatable, not the watered down approval, seeking, smile through the pain version. The real you, the one with boundaries, the one who says no without guilt, the one who takes up space, speaks up, shows up, and doesn't shrink. That energy is rare and it's powerful because most people are still chasing. Most people are still begging to be seen. So when you stop doing that, you stand out not because you're louder, but because you're clearer, more centered. There's a peace in people who no longer chase, and it's attractive. It's commanding. You don't need to scream your worth. You don't need to prove it. You live it. Attracting doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing and hope everything falls into your lap. It means you act from alignment, not anxiety. It means you build, move, create, but from a place of wholeness, not desperation. It means trusting that what's meant for you will find you if you keep showing up as your full self. And yes, that takes work, inner work, the kind that most people avoid. It takes unlearning the patterns of chasing. Catching yourself when you start performing again, reminding yourself, asterisk, I don't need to prove anything to be worthy. Asterisk, that's where the power is. You don't attract what you chase, you attract what you embody. So the work is to stop outsourcing your self-worth. Stop waiting for a response to feel validated. Stop tying your value to how wanted you are. You don't need to be chosen to be valuable. You already are. That shift from chasing to attracting starts with remembering that. Remembering that you bring value to the room just by being in it. That you don't need to twist or shrink to fit someone else's mold. That your authenticity is your superpower. It's not about being liked by everyone. It's about being real enough to attract the ones who are meant for you. That's the work, that's the shift, and once you make it, everything starts to realign. The noise quiets, the chasing stops, and you realize what you were running toward was always trying to find you too. But it couldn't reach you while you were chasing everything else. Most people hesitate. They wait for permission, for signs, for approval, for everything to feel perfectly aligned before they make a move. In that hesitation, it's killing your momentum. It's making you small every time you second. Guess yourself, you're feeding doubt. You're shrinking your power. You're teaching your brain that fear is the leader and courage takes the back seat. You want to know what changes your life, acting with certainty, not cockiness, not delusion, certainty. That grounded, unshakable belief that you are valuable, that your presence matters, that your voice deserves to be heard. You don't wait to feel confident. You act like someone who's already enough. You move like someone who knows their value. And the wild thing is, once you start doing that, your mind catches up. You've been trained to overanalyze, to pause before you speak, to soften your ideas, to water down your opinions. Why? Because you were taught to please, to avoid making waves, to avoid the risk of being judged. So you hesitate, you doubt, you overthink. You rehearse conversations in your head 1,000 times before speaking one word out loud, and you think that's being cautious, being smart, being humble. It's not, it's self-sabotage. It's fear in disguise. That hesitation is robbing you of opportunities, of relationships, of clarity. You can't build momentum while you're second, guessing every move. You can't be magnetic if you're constantly diluting yourself. You don't attract what you want by sitting in the back row of your own life. You have to stand up. You have to speak with the kind of certainty that says, asterisk, I belong here. Asterisk, certainty doesn't mean you know everything. It means you trust yourself to figure it out. It's walking into the room and not needing to prove you're worthy of being there. It's making decisions and backing them without spiraling into regret. It's taking action even when the path isn't 100% clear because you trust your instinct. It's not arrogance. It's self-trust. And self-trust is built through repetition. Every time you do the thing scared, every time you speak up when your voice shakes, every time you follow through instead of overthinking, it wires in the message, asterisk, I can rely on myself. Asterisk, and that's how certainty grows. It's not a trait you're born with, it's a skill you build. You've got to stop waiting to feel ready. That's not how this works. Readiness is a myth. Clarity comes through action, not before it. You don't need a 10-point plan. You need to move. You need to show up like you belong in the room, even if your knees are shaking. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from action. It's a cycle. The longer you sit and think about it, the more fear has a chance to talk you out of it. So you move, you act, you speak, you pitch the idea, you send the email, you walk up and introduce yourself. You stop waiting to be picked, and you pick yourself and value. Value is something you claim, not something you wait to be assigned. You have to decide you're valuable, that your perspective matters, that your experience, your ideas, your voice, it all counts. Because if you don't believe in your value, no one else will. People mirror your energy. If you walk in uncertain, they feel that. If you speak like your words don't matter, they'll treat them that way. But when you show up with certainty, when you own your value without needing applause, everything shifts. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself, and that starts with how you carry yourself, how you speak about yourself, how you back your own decisions. You don't have to be the loudest. You don't have to take up space with ego. You take up space with presence. You hold your ground. You speak clearly. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop qualifying your statements with "I could be wrong," but you stop asking for permission to be confident. You act like someone who knows they bring value to the table because you do. You always did. But somewhere along the way, you were convinced to doubt it. Maybe it was that one rejection that got under your skin. Maybe it was years of being overlooked, underestimated, undervalued. And now, without even realizing it, you move like someone who's trying to earn their seat at the table instead of realizing it's already yours. That has to stop. You reclaim your power by choosing certainty, not waiting to feel it, choosing it. You show up to that interview, that meeting, that date, that conversation like you've got something to offer. You make eye contact, you sit up straight, you stop shrinking. Your value doesn't increase because someone says yes to you. It doesn't decrease when someone says no. You are the constant, your worth is non-negotiable. And once you lock that in, once you walk into every situation with that in your bones, people respond differently. You're not seeking approval, you're not clinging, you're not grasping, you're just there, grounded, whole, certain. The people who move the needle, who shift culture, who build the life they actually want. They are not always the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who act with certainty, who back themselves, who don't wait to be crowned by someone else, who understand their value and move accordingly. You can feel it in their energy. It's not loud. It's not aggressive. It's calm, steady, intentional. That's what creates momentum. That's what attracts opportunities. That's what changes everything. And it's available to you the moment you decide to stop hesitating and start acting like you already belong where you're trying to go. So stop waiting. Stop asking for permission to trust yourself. You already know what you bring to the table. Act like it, speak like it, move like it. The world responds to the energy you lead with, so lead with certainty. Claim your value and let everything else rise to meet you.